full. But like now I don't bother with that because what's the point? I'm not, really I still, love to see good physiques and see where the sport is going.
Which leads me to the next question on that there. I mean, how do you think the sport has changed in the last... I saw a change from 2010. I don't know about you. How do you think it's changed in terms of the physique?
You're talking about locally or internationally?
I think let's touch locally, because has it changed? Has it stayed the same? Have we made any improvements? Let's talk about South Africans, because we can always touch base on international, but I'm sure people want to hear what your opinion is on, has the sport and physique changed in this country in the last 5 or 6 years? Are we seeing bigger guys on stage, or are we seeing more of the focus on the smaller guys? What do you think?
I see there's both positives and negatives with regards to what has changed, but I still think the older school guys are more hardcore.
Yeah.
I must say a lot of the newer guys, because there's better knowledge out there now.
Technology, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. The access to knowledge, and it's just science has progressed a lot. I just think that the guys back then just trained a lot heavier and harder and were more hardcore. That's my 2 cents. Maybe the new guys won't agree with me, but I see there's a lot more volume type training that goes along these days, as opposed to old school hard and heavy
compound movements.
Yeah, more the old school, like your Ronnies and your Dorians and all that. They train more, heavy weights, strict form. I wouldn't necessarily always strict form.
Who do you regard as the old school heavyweight trainers in South Africa then, that you looked up to?
Well,
the pound for pound guys, the guys that really went there old school in South Africa in the last old school, your era and before that.
You're talking about the actual bodybuilders?
Yeah, in South Africa. Just in South Africa.
Sure, difficult to say, because but back in the day, to be honest, when I first started training, was then a health and racket club, and we had some good trainers. It was actually a hardcore gym, because a lot of the powerlifters and stuff like that, trained out of there. They used to use that as their sort of base gym.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's a Virgin Active. And back then, Beulah Stradom and John Wallace, they were personal training out of there. And John used to do crazy weights. I mean, he was maybe obviously a generation before me, but squat with heavy weights, like squat good heavy weights, 260, 280 kilos, that kind of stuff. Dumbbell press, 70 kilogram dumbbells, then presses, stuff like that. And a lot of it, the times people say, no, these days it's ego training to train like that. But if you look at you look at the big strong guys, or the big guys, like the old era, like Ronnie and stuff, they were strong. Kevin Levrone, he was strong. Dorian also lifted heavy weights. I don't know. I don't know if it contributes to the look of the muscle these days. I mean, I don't want to be knocked for saying that that the guys look terrible. The guys look awesome. In fact, I think the guys are even maybe bigger.
Yeah.
On average, the guys are bigger. I'm talking international scene now, but I just find that the older school guys had a more like grainier,
So in closing, I know we said we're going to do this over 4 parts, but what is the IBFF calendar looking like with this COVID lockdown? If everything gets lifted and gyms are reinstated, will we see any shows happening this year, or is your focus going towards next year so that the athletes know? Anyone that wants to join, I mean, what can they expect?
Honestly, from my side, I would definitely postpone to next year, because I think it's also just a matter of funding as well, because a lot of the sponsors or potential sponsors were financially hit by this COVID. So I think they want to rather be recovering than spending their money on sponsorship at this point in time. That's just, my point of view. And also just to organize things. The venues are still on lockdown. Some of the theaters that we've booked with are still on lockdown. So they suggest moving to next year. So I'm not going to argue with them, because if they can't open, then they can't open. And the problem is, and if the gyms don't open soon, it's pointless if the gyms say open in September or October or whatever the case may be, and then you want to have a competition in December. It
doesn't make sense.
You're not going to see great athletes on stage because not many people have like fully equipped home gyms, that kind of stuff. I mean, you can stick with the basics, but I mean, certain pieces of equipment you need. And if you're not, have access to that and you want to prepare for a contest, I just think the quality of the athletes is not going to be very great, to be honest.
Okay. And, before I let you go, are you still doing online personal training? Is that your business right now? You are you are doing online personal training, right?
Yes, at the moment I'm just doing
tell us
online.
a little bit about that there, quickly.
Well, basically, it's services I offer. Doing meal plans and customized training programs. Obviously, everything customized according to you basically, not one size fits all type of thing. And we work off an app. It's quite a popular app that a lot of the trainers use and customize, so it works very well. It's just a nice way for clients to check in and just have some accountability for what they do. Otherwise, they don't check in, you don't check on them, you don't know if they're missing workouts. Are they doing the workouts? Look, they can always lie and cheat, but only cheat themselves at the end of the day. And basically that's what I'm doing at the moment. I suppose most of the trainers had to try and move this direction during this lockout, other than just doing Zoom classes. I don't really do Zoom classes.
Yeah, it seems a lot of people are trying the online platform. I mean, you've been doing it for some time now, but the classes, I see every gym and every small establishment and everyone now is an instructor now, because you can go into Facebook now and this random person now is giving gym tips and class tips and stuff like that there. So when you guys are watching, I mean, Quentin Fong is an online personal trainer. You can drop a message below the link, and we'll put you in connection with Quentin if you need any questions, if you need a consultation. So thanks, Quentin. I appreciate your time today. I value the time you took to chat to me about this, and hopefully we can schedule one for next week where we can chat about more bodybuilding stuff and just give people what they want to hear.
Awesome, man.
Take it easy.
Touch base again soon.
Lekker, Quentin.
Thanks for having me on your program.
Cool, my man. We'll touch base, and we'll put some juicy information out for the guys in the next one. This was just like an aperitif, just to give them an appetite.
Oh, I see. I hope you didn't talk too much. Might have gotten bored and scared.
Cheers, pal. I'll chat to you soon.
Cool,
take care, man.
Okay,
Bye.
cheers. Ciao, bye.